Okay, so this topic is solving one variable equations toolbox. So you got 4 steps. The first thing, if you have a one variable equation, so you've only got an x and a bunch of other numbers, might be lots of different kinds of x's, but there aren't going to be any other variables. You distribute first of all, and so often you have to put things inside parentheses so that you can actually get it to the place where you have one variable on one side. The step 3 is actually sort of your goal to begin with. You want to get to the point where your variable is on one side. So first you usually distribute, and then you simplify each side, and then you move things so the variables are on one side and everything else is on the other side, and then you solve using inverses. So solving proportions is another little nutshell kind of special thing to do. So when you have proportions, you have 2 steps. You cross multiply, and I drew one cross multiply there in green and the other one in purple, and then you solve for x using your standard methods. So one thing you have to be very careful of if you're going to solve proportions is you've got to get each side of the equation so it's a single fraction. Like if I had a x plus 3 over 2, I cannot cross multiply. You can only cross multiply because it's a single fraction here equals a single fraction over here. However, it's getting it to this form, then we're going to follow these steps. So the first step is to actually do that cross multiply. Very important again to use parentheses. So 2 is going to end up being times the entire numerator of the fraction on the right. So it's 2 times 2x minus 1. And then the other side becomes 6 times x plus 3. Then we can use our standard methods. Distribute, simplify, move so variables are on one side, constants on the other, and then use inverses to solve. So distributing, I have 4x minus 2 equals 6x plus 18. I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides in order to move the 18 away from the right side, and I'm going to subtract 4x in order to move the 4x over to the right. So I'm basically collecting all my x's on the right and all my constants on the left. So that gives me minus 20 equals 2x, and then x equals 10.